Hello and welcome to Sizzling with Cindle. I'm Alan Cindle in case you've never met me before, and I'm here to help you. Today I'm going to show you how to cook a brisket on our Pit Boss pellet smoker. So stay tuned. Hey, first thing we want to do when we pick out a brisket, we got to know what kind of brisket we got. So we need to look to see, usually on the package, somewhere on the back where it's stamped, it says select, choice, or prime. If you don't know, ask the butcher. If there's not a butcher and you see somebody else looking at a brisket, ask them. Maybe they can help you find. But I'll tell you, if you look along the side of the brisket, you'll see the marbling. You want to look for that good marbling there. And you want to make sure it doesn't have a lot of fat on it because we only need like a 1/4 inch of coverage, maybe a 1/2 inch at the most, on our fat cap. On the top and the bottom, we want very little. We don't want a whole lot of excess. Well, I'll show you how to trim a decal out, and we'll show you how to clean that up to make it the best brisket possible. If that's the only thing you've got and you've got selected, well, go with it because it's still a brisket. It's still going to taste wonderful and you're still going to enjoy it. It's just not going to be the same quality as a prime. But hey, nevertheless, not everybody can afford a prime. And if you still want brisket, which most people do, and you want it smoked like I do, then you'll definitely want to try this. What's up, everybody? Today we're doing brisket on our pellet smoker outside, our Pit Boss pellet smoker. And I'm going to trim it up first, so I wanted to take you live to show you how to do that, to show you how to trim a brisket. This is a choice brisket that we purchased at a Sam's Club in Tulsa. And so as you can see here, I'll lift this up, but right along here looks kind of dark and faded area. We're going to trim all that off, square this up, take out some decal fat. This is a choice brisket. Really, it's got good fat here. There's just maybe a little extra here that you take off. But for the most part, not a lot to do to this. We'll take our trimmings, and I usually save those. Some of this decal fat because it won't render down. Just remove some of that in there, not all of it, but if you're going to do your own grinding at home, you may want to add this decal fat to that grind. Basically what we took off of it. A lot of trimmings there. But, like I said, it won't go to waste. We'll use most of it so we can throw away. Now I need to change gloves and I'm going to put seasoning on here. I just got some regular olive oil in this bottle. Usually I use this bottle too for griddle outside. We have a Blackstone griddle, so I'll use it. wet the top of the griddle down. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I did Hulk smash burgers on that Blackstone. They turned out pretty well. Except for one where I forgot to spray the bottom. A little stuff. Salt, pepper, and garlic. Still want to cover it well. There's that. And then I'm going to go back with black pepper. Pick this up. It's the Members Mark Sam's black pepper. Okay, one side. I'm gonna get this side piece here. Some of you guys follow us on YouTube. Our links will be underneath our video there. Once this uploads, we'll take this live and make a video over on YouTube as well, so you guys can get the recipe and so forth there. Some people don't even bother with seasoning the bottom, but I found for overall flavor profile that we want to do that. We're just sticking fat to fat here, but this part anyways, when you separate this flat from the point and all this fatness up here, you really want that seasoning there. It really makes for a very good taste. I think my wife would agree with that. And like I said, we're going to try something new. We're actually going to shred this end up and put it in a biscuit, bake it in the oven, have a cow on the blanket per se. Haven't really come up with a name for it yet. If you guys have an idea, you can leave me a comment. To this side. I think there's just enough fat on that to make a good flavored piece anyways. I just basically took it off to square the end up. And that's what you'd want to do in a competition anyways. Alright, so this will set for about 10 or 15 minutes before we put it on our smoker. And And then we'll put it on there. So what we'll do is I'm going to clean up a little bit and take the opportunity to clean up some, because I still have some pork spare ribs to put on, and I'm actually going to cut some pork chops. Try to save some money by doing all this bulk meat and then cut it up ourselves and put it in the freezer for us, or cook it and then put it in the freezer. Either way, but we try to make our dollar stretch. Hopefully it'll help you make your dollar stretch. So if you don't follow us and you see this and you want to, make sure you do. And also check out our bio. It has links in there for our YouTube channel and Twitter page also. So guys, check those out. We appreciate you watching. I'll be back on after we clean up, before we put this back on outside, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you in a little bit. Hey, all right. So now the next thing we've got to do is we've got to choose the pellets that we're going to use in our pellet smoker. We use the competition blend from Pit Boss themselves. You guys can mix up whatever you feel, whatever smoker you use. You may be using a Traeger. You could be using a Green Mountain smoker. There are many to pick from, but mine is the Pit Boss vertical smoker. So, and I use their pellets, and they work fine. I love the flavor that they give, and you guys can tell me whether or not you use something else. Comment below. That's what the comments are for. The other thing we want to talk about is temperature. I always say that the right time, the right temperature equals the right money, right? So that's what we want to focus on. And we're going to get those shirts made up, and you guys can buy them, okay? Next of all, we talk about the water pan. We need to put water in the water pan. Make sure we got plenty of moisture inside there when we're smoking it. Make sure our temperature's set right. Depending on the humidity outside, the temperature outside, that's how I adjust my smoker. I usually will try to smoke a brisket between 225 to 250 for the smoke part. Because I'm a little different than most people, I will smoke my brisket for about 2 hours and get a good smoke ring on it, and then I'm going to cover it with either butcher paper to wrap it in or foil. Most of the time it's foil. And I want to crank up the heat to around 350 degrees once I wrap it, and I'm going to cook it hot and fast for the remainder of the cook, because once it's absorbed smoke, and you're not going to put any more into it. That smoke ring is going to seal itself up. You're going to get a nice taste on it. Now, when you get through and it's down to that last few minutes, for about the last 30 minutes, we're going to take it off out of that full, and you can do one of two things. Either you can take it off and rest it and be done with it, or you can put it back in your smoker with that high heat and let it crust up. But you're going to have to watch it, because that hot heat is going to set that up tight, and you're going to get to a point where it's either going to dry out or it's going to be just perfect. It's an all timing thing. I prefer not to take my chances, because I want a great brisket, I want great flavor, and I want moisture in my brisket. So I'm going to take mine out of my full, and I'm going to let it rest for about 30 minutes before I slice into it. And then if I want to sauce my brisket, I'll do it afterwards. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to eat it like that. I promise you, I'm making you a good brisket. Just listen to me. Hey, thanks for watching our video on brisket. I hope it's helped you. I can't wait to see some of you guys' pictures. Make sure you show them to me on my Instagram account. It's the Coach Cindle on Instagram, and Coach Cindle's Catering and Grilling on Facebook. Catch us over there. The link will be below. You can click on those links, and it'll take you to those web pages. But show me what you guys have done. I think it's amazing. This has been Sizzling with Cindle. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to make sure you're notified every time we post something. Be sure to also check out our other links, and you get a chance, buy a t-shirt. We can always use that too.